everyone, it is Melody and I'm coming at you live from, you already know. Today we are going to talk about my LASIK eye surgery. It has been about 3 months now since I got my surgery in Korea, and I feel like I kind of left you guys hanging. I made the vlog about my consultation and I made a vlog about my follow-up, but I never actually posted the vlog I made about the surgery or about my surgery day, because I did film like the whole day. So yeah, in this video we're going to be kind of traveling back in the past, and we are going to be looking at the footage that I filmed from my surgery day, which was January 27th, 2017. And then I'm gonna come back on here and kind of talk to you guys about my recovery process and about how my eyes are doing now. Before we get started though, I wanna give you guys some basics. Basic number 1. I got my surgery done at Noon Eye Clinic in Daegu. So the one thing that I really liked about Noon Eye Clinic was that they had an English translator that stayed with you the whole time. They were your point of contact for making your appointments, for any questions, and then once you actually come in for your appointment, they stay with you the whole time. And she's basically, it's kind of like, I don't want to say babysitter, but she's like your keeper. She kind of takes you everywhere and like talks to you, and you kind of feel like you're a little less alone, because you know most people you can't really talk to unless you speak Korean, of course. So I really liked that aspect of this place. Basic number 2. I had a prescription of -4.5 in one eye and -4.25 in another eye. And then also in this eye, I had a slight astigmatism. Basic number 3. My surgery cost 1.35 million won, which I'll put like the breakdown, the conversion rate right here. But that included my surgery, that included the add-on of having eye drops made out of my plasma, which is like crazy. And then it also included some additional genetic testing to make sure that I didn't have a gene that when they start the surgery and they put the laser on my eyeball, if you have that gene, you will go blind. So I had genetic testing to make sure that I didn't have that gene and I wasn't going to go blind while I was getting this surgery done. So I think we are all caught up. So yes, let's travel back in time to January 27th and let's see how surgery day went. Good morning, everyone. Today is surgery day. Woo! It's happening, it's happening, it's happening. Now, if you can't tell by my current look and my voice, it is really early in the morning. It's like 6:20-ish. And yeah, it's early. How are you?
I'm fine. 1 hour later.
It's done. I did it. I'm done. Can you see me? I actually can't see very well right now though. Things up close are super blurry. But I'm chilling. I have like an hour left here. So yeah. So I have like 4 different eye drops I need to take right now. Okay. This is made from my plasma. Artificial tears. I am back in action. Hey guys, so I definitely forgot to record once I left the eye place. Now I'm eating dinner. So for tonight's dinner, we have some Thai curry, and instead of rice, I'm eating it with naan that I made. My first time making naan by myself. So yeah, I thought that I would eat and kind of tell you guys about my appointment. So, get to the eye doctor's, tells me about all my new eye drops. And then Signed some papers. We sat down for maybe like 10 minutes and then they called me back and I was like, oh my gosh. But she stayed with me the whole time. So I'd take my shoes off, put the hospital gown on, well, like over my clothes. Oh, they drew my blood so they could make the plasma eye drops for me. They made me take my hair down and I had to put like on a little shower cap medical thing. And we're waiting to go into the operating room. And she explained to me perfectly like everything that's going to happen. How this procedure works is basically they cut a flap in my cornea, I believe, and then they flip it like open and then they put a laser to my eye and then they close it. I went in, they laid me down, and first thing they do is start putting eye drops in my eyes. So they put the numbing eye drops in my eyes. That works almost instantaneously. Then he put something on my eye to keep my eye open. They put like a crazy amount of pressure on it. So it's kind of like someone's leaning against just your eyeball. Like you don't feel pain, but you just feel like pressure. So once this machine starts going, I hear the like that is the freaking razor that's coming from my eye. And then once it actually gets to my eye, it makes a different noise because it's coming in contact with something. So I like shake, you know, because it doesn't hurt, but like that noise freaked me out. Then came the laser part. This is where it got nerve-wracking because this is the freaking laser, and once the laser starts going, you can hear it, you know, this noise, and then once it like gets on my eye, I can hear it burning things, like that tinge noise that it makes when like you burn something, you know, like I can hear that, and then I can smell it. Like, you know when you're doing your hair and like you kind of are straightening it and it has like that burnt hair smell? That's what it smelled, and it was coming from my eye. And I was just like, oh my God, counting down. And this is where I feel like it's really important to look at the green light. So I'm just focusing as hard as I can on that green light. Just, okay, green light, green light, green light. Just focusing on that green light. And luckily my doctor was super sweet. I don't think he knew I was really nervous, but as soon as that laser got on, he was just encouraging the whole time. Like, you're doing good, you're doing good, you're doing good. And that made me feel like, okay, I'm looking where I'm supposed to be looking. So it was really, really nice how he handled it. And then, yeah, 11 seconds later, I was finished with that eye. They went on to the other eye, did the same thing. The lady told me that they did the laser for 12 seconds on this eye. But honestly, this eye was a little bit more nerve-wracking because I knew what was gonna happen. So I was like really like, oh, waiting for that, the razor to come. How do people do mukbangs? Like, how do you eat and talk? I don't wanna be rude. After that, literally immediately, I get up, they bring me to this dark room. I had to go back into the waiting room. I waited like an hour to see the doctor. And then the doctor said everything was perfect, that I should wake up tomorrow with perfect 20/20 vision, and that, yeah, it went great. And it's crazy, like I can see. It's not perfect right now. Like it's still a little bit blurry, and the discomfort level is if I was wearing like old contacts. So that's really as bad as it is. And like, I can see. All right, so as you guys can tell, surgery went really well. I was already recovering really quickly the day of. So let's get into some recovery stuff now. My recovery process, I would say it took about a month to be fully, completely back to normal. But one thing about the recovery process is your distance vision becomes clear almost immediately, but your close-up. For me, it took about a week and a half for my close-up vision to be 100%. So for a month, I couldn't work out and I couldn't go swimming. Another thing, I couldn't wash my face for 4 days. I couldn't wash my hair for a week. I couldn't like use eye lotions or anything like that for 4 days as well. I had to wear my sleeping eye goggles, the super attractive sleeping eye goggles for 2 weeks. And I couldn't wear makeup for 2 weeks either. So those are basically the rules. And then of course I was also on a tight regimen of my eye drops. So after the recovery process, I had an appointment a month later, which is going to be a checkup. Typically they like to do those 3 months after you have your surgery, but because I was leaving Korea, we bumped it up to 1 month. And when I went to that appointment, which I have a vlog about, I will post that somewhere. They checked my eyes and kind of did all the tests that they did before I had the surgery. They did it again, and I found out that my vision is better than 20/20, which is like incredible. And then at the appointment, they also told me to keep doing the artificial tears, like use them as much as possible. And to be honest, I don't really use the artificial tears anymore. Technically, I think I should be still using them, but I kind of do it as like a need to basis, and most of the times I don't really feel a need to. Sometimes late at night my eyes do feel a little bit dry and I'll go ahead and, you know, put some eye drops in, but besides that, I really haven't had any issues whatsoever. It has been amazing. I kind of forgot what life was like before LASIK. It is so nice to just wake up and be able to see. Definitely highly recommend getting your LASIK done in Korea because it is so much cheaper than it is in America. So if you have any questions for me that I didn't touch on in this video, drop me a comment and I'll be sure to get back to you. I'm going to leave the web address for Noon Eye Clinic in the description box if you're interested. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you have any other questions for me, drop me a comment and I'll be sure to get back to you. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in my next one. Peace.